Okay, so here's our trusty muck spreader. Getting on a bit now, it's about 10 years old. And really we could do with changing it because it's just starting to get a little bit worn out. It's a Marshall muck spreader. Can't really see the name up there, but it is a very good bit of kit. It's well made, it's solid steel. But it's getting a little bit worn out, and I noticed just on the edge here where I load the muck up, the steel is starting to split along here. So what I'm hoping to do is I'm going to put a plate on there, trying to weld that back together to keep it going a little bit longer, because while the milk price is low, we can't afford to buy any new machinery. So really I've just got to keep things ticking over until the price gets better and we've got some cash. So I'm just going to wash that off, or clean that off a bit, and then try and weld a little bit of steel on there. So there we go, I've just washed that off, and you can see the extent of the problem a bit more. The steel's all coming along away from there. It's just basically worn thin, I think, on the edge, and it's cracked. So I'm hoping I can plate that. Not too bad at the back, but I'll see what I can do with that later. Okay, so I found a source of metal to put on the edge of that muck spreader. This is an old gate we've had around the place for ages. It's made up, someone's made it up, I think, out of angle iron, and it absolutely weighs a ton. And really, it's no good to me. It's too heavy to put on a lot of gate posts. I don't like it at all. And I noticed that this long strip across here actually might be quite useful for me to put on the edge of that muck spreader, because the cost of this metal in this gate is worth quite a lot to me. I think it cost me 20 or 30 quid to get a piece of steel like this. So if I can cut that off there where the welds are, and cut that off there, I can use this to plate the muck spreader, and possibly still the gate might be useful for somewhere, even if it's just to block up a gap. I don't think it's got a lot of value on eBay, so it's worth more to me as metal, as a source really. So it's a bit of farmer recycling. Anyway, I'm going to cut that off with the angle grinder. Okay, so that's all the welds cut on that side. Now I need to flip it over. And do the ones on the other side. Okay, so I'm getting through a few cutting blades. Not cheap either, they're £1.75 each when I bought these. This is my third one, so it's costing me something just to cut this off of here, which is a bit of a shame. I'm not doing this with a hacksaw. I have unplugged this, by the way. I'm not going to do this when it's plugged in. Okay, I think I've got that, all the welds cut off there. It's still attached, but I'm going to give it a whack with the hammer. There we go, one heavy duty piece of angle iron. And that is heavy duty. It feels very solid, it's not a cheap little thin bit. No wonder this gate was so heavy to move. The thing is, I've still got a viable gate if I wanted to do something with that. So that's good. It was just a cross piece. So I can still use that gate somewhere and just reuse that bit of steel on the muck spreader. Anyway, I'm going to move that gate back and then bring the muck spreader down and sort things out. Okay, so I've just got the muck spreader around and this bit of angle iron ready. I've just taken a bit more off because it was a little bit too long. So I'm just going to line it up and we'll have a look and see what it's like on there. Not a bad fit. Perfect. Then it's a muck spreader, not someone's classic car. So we just need to bolt that on there, clamp that on there I think a bit, see if I can clamp that. Okay, so I've got these clamps here. Hopefully I can just keep that on there. Okay, so I've got these a G-clamp like that. Let's see if I can do something, get that on there, clamp it on there. Not easy doing it on your own. This is where you need an assistant, really. Okay, so that one's on quite firm. Popped out the other side.